Match found.
Welcome to Match Found, the Monday through Friday podcast where we talk about anything from unrated to the VCT. I'm your host, Comedy, and today I'll be solo queuing. Let's see what other people want to lock in here. Alright, I'm gonna just go with Fade, as I have been doing. Today, I specifically want to talk about a new patch note that's coming out. It was talked about yesterday, and so I figured I should touch on it, as soon as possible. But it's patch 6.02, and this one has a couple changes, but the biggest one is they're gonna nerf the Stinger, finally. We can play ranked again. Finally. So the Stinger, if you don't know, has been absolutely dominating ranked. People are getting 3Ks, 4Ks, and even it's been moved into the VCT where people are now in the start of the VCT because it's early 2023. It's been even in the Pro League, and the gun is getting a little bit out of hand, and so Riot decided to take it back a notch. So today I'm going to go in and try it out for the last, I believe today is the last day that you can try it out. So, I mean, I've seen it and I've used it a little bit, but I often don't like to get super good at aspects of the game that I feel like are gonna go away. For example, say a meta in a gun, a meta in an agent. For example, Phoenix. I don't believe Phoenix's flash is gonna be alive that long because I mean it's already been alive longer than I thought it would be. But Phoenix's flash was a slow flash that required precision to bounce it off the wall twice, and on the final bounce it would come out like a pop flash. And that was something worth practicing, and that's something that is worth practicing. But then in a patch a while back, they just upped the speed of the flash. And basically what that does is it makes it so you can just walk up to any wall at any skill level at any elo and flash the same as you could flash if you bounced it off a wall. And I don't see a lot of reason to get used to something that is going to require you to. But it kind of like leans on a meta, so that's why the Stinger I would want to get. I would want to get used to a gun that's obviously going to stay around, that's obviously not going to get nerfed, like the Vandal or the Phantom, or even for an eco weapon. Now the Spectre does get nerfed.
One enemy remaining.
Make sure my audio isn't too loud here. The Spectre gets nerfed a lot, but it's not the same as relying on something that is just propped up. So, just propped up by the meta. And when I show you the Stinger next round, I'll be forcing it regardless of whether we win this. But we win it, so I can afford the Stinger. But learning something specifically because it's in the meta is good if you need the results. So say I'm playing a tournament with my team, or it's in the VCT and somebody needs to win a match. You want to be on top of the metas. You want to be constantly learning exactly what you're going for. But someone like me who's mainly trying to learn the game and where it will be as I proceed towards a future in Pro Valorant, the Stinger itself and this journey is really why I didn't use it. But let's try it out here. Round started, so I'm gonna follow Rain up here and see what we can do with it. If you scope in, it does a triple shot burst, and that seems to be pretty accurate right now. Especially if you control it. It's actually ridiculous right now. I'm gonna see if I can make something happen with it. I am glad that they are nerfing it. I think shifty metas are very, very good because it allows for newer players to come into the game, and if they learn the current meta, then they can have an advantage. And it makes old players have to constantly be adapting, which I think is really healthy for the game. Alright, let's see what we can find here.
Last player standing.
Alright, looks like it's a 1v2. I am just terrible with it. However, as you saw on the wall before, and I'll continue to try it out throughout the Swift play, it is, here, let's just try it out in our spawn. So, that's a 3-shot burst. This is it without recoil, right here. With recoil control. It's slow, but 3 headshots, this is kind of like the bulldog, which if you hit 2 bulldog shots, right, you can kill them. So the stinger is basically, yes, it is a 3rd shot you have to hit, but at the medium, you're basically getting a budget bulldog. And then when it's point blank, it's ridiculous. Don't need all my ammo here. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see if we can take a long range fight with it. So I dinked him once, got 67. I feel like I'm not showing off the glory
Spike
of this gun, but like I said, I haven't practiced this gun. But I'll see what I can do. All right. My team might get mad at me for doing Spectre, so I might have to. I mean, for doing Stinger, I might have to compare it to some other guns.
Insane. My old friend.
All right. Let's just see. So when I said they're nerfing, let's talk about what they're actually doing. So the gun itself costs 950 credits, comparing it much closer to a sheriff or a.
Last player standing.
It's not like a ghost, but it's a lot closer to a gun like a sheriff, which you buy when the enemy has full armor, full guns, full utility. Because if you hit them in the head at close range, you're gonna be able to take their gun. That's the kind of
Last
feel of the
round
sheriff,
in
right?
the half.
Well, the Stinger. Wait a second. So the Stinger, the nerf actually changes the Stinger to costing 1100 credits. It cost 950, and it was in the sheriff. So as we were filming this video, actually before I launched this to make the video, an update happened. I didn't think about it, which is wild, because I was launching the game, then I restarted the game so that it would run smoother, right? And it looks like it actually dropped. So we are actually using, this is the new version of it. This is it nerfed apparently. I think the cost change is a big deal, but it also made it so that it had damage drop off after a longer range. Now, I'm still surprised with how good it was. I wanted to try it out pre-nerf, but this appears to be the post-nerf. So
Spike is here.
I guess we're gonna see if I can make it work at all post-nerf. I thought I was playing with it pre-nerf. Just see if we can. There's probably someone in here, right? There's someone under.
I'll find you.
Alright. See if we can find a brimstone.
One enemy remaining.
Alright, we know where he is.
Last player standing.
I'm not good with this gun. Yeah, so going from 1100 makes it even more expensive than a Marshall, and honestly, at 1100, it's going to be really hard to justify buying this gun versus a Spectre, because
30 seconds
what was
left.
so good about it was that you could buy it at the 950. Now it does seem like, okay, maybe it's just 150 credits, that's not a big deal. Well, when you're trying to just force a little bit of a gun, it is a big deal. For example, you often see people force a deagle, but a deagle and light shields goes from your 800 to 1200 credits. This is a big deal. So people will just force only a deagle on some rounds when they need to be able to buy next round, and a deagle light shield when maybe towards the end of the game where they don't need to just buy next round. And so that is, it's a big deal to increase it by even just 150 credits, because now it is, you could buy a deagle and light shield or a stinger, or you could buy a Marshall, and it gets, I think you could even buy a Marshall and light shields. It's close. Let's go ahead and do a deagle. I want to go mid. But yeah, so the nerf specifically changes that
Spike is down.
it costs more, its
Spike
damage falls off
down
faster.
A.
I don't think they hit fire rate,
For you.
but it does make it less powerful as a gun, so you have to hit more shots.
Last player standing.
Are they gonna give her the ace? The enemy Raze has 4 kills. Let's see how loyal a Swift play team is to their ace. They appear to be trying to kill her. Yeah, everyone's trying to kill her. They're just not being able to. A couple other small notes on this patch. The doors on Lotus. would, when they would spin, they would catch, if two players were next to it, they kind of catch them and it would look like you're vibrating and your screen would, it was not super common, but you would basically not be able to move. You'd not be able to play when the doors are rotating, because it would essentially be like the doors were rotating through you even when they graphically were not going through you. This was pretty bad, but they fixed that as well, apparently just now. And then they're quieter again, so they quieted them in 6.01 and quieted them again in 6.02. So there's a couple changes to Lotus. And then one more, I'm not entirely sure where it is because I don't know Lotus super well, but there's a location on B when you jump down into a fountain that used to make noise, and now apparently hopping down into the fountain, I don't know if it's the water on the fountain, is silent. Let's see if we can get a kill this swift play. This is getting kind of bad.
Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
All right.
Still in sight.
Last
Spike is
player
down.
standing. Spike down A.
Oh,
One
there's a
enemy
couple.
remaining.
Ah!
Where are you?
Clutch.
Let's go! All right.
Did they really
We
think
got a
they
kill.
could scare me?
Let's see what we grab here. I'm gonna give this gun away and grab a stinger. All right. Let's see if we can win this game. I'll tell people I have extra
Who needs
money.
a
Let's see if we
weapon?
can win this game using the new version of the stinger. The supposedly fixed, not broken stinger. It still seems so good. Like, I was convinced this was before. This seems really good. I don't understand how this is it after nerf. The damage drop-offs must just be very big or something.
Cutting their vision.
Here. I'll find you.
Enemy spotted B.
Marked one.
Alright. Maybe I should practice this one, because this one might stay. This one, because it's not meta. When something's not meta, it's decent to learn
Last player
it
standing.
for idiot. Like, if you're learning something because you want to learn it and because you want the experience with it, that's good. If you're learning something, or more important, if you're not learning something because it's meta, for example, the Phoenix Flasher just running around with a Spectre that doesn't take skill, then this is just dangerous
Match
because
point.
if you're trying to grow as a player, you're not really putting yourself in an area where you are growing. So,
Here.
let's give a couple phantoms. But the skin is so cool, Sage. You must take the
Weapon
phantom.
here.
Alright. I have some weapons for them, but I don't know
Weapon
if they
here.
know. Okay, last chance. Not last chance, but close to last chance to get a kill with the stinger. I'm gonna run up tube. Oh, there's one close.
I'll find you. Mark 2. Mark 3.
Oh my goodness. This might work. I might be able to catch them off guard here. Okay. Alright. Well, this might be game unless we see an amazing
Last
ace.
player standing. Spike down A.
Well, like always, the show ends the moment we lose the swift play or win the swift play, and this does appear to be that moment unless we see something very incredible here.
Flawless.
Alright.
Defenders win.
Well, today's episode does end in a defeat. I appreciate all of you that are watching and all of you that have been supporting. Thank you very much. But that is it.